All right. So, is the Bharatiya Janata Party not quite on track when it comes down to the look east policy? After Bernard Marak, now Bachchu Marak has quit the BJP over grounds of the party imposing what they say is cultural imperialism in the northeast. As allegations fly thick and fast and the BJP looks to consolidate the east, question is it hypocritical electoral politics being played to its detriment here? Take a look.
I quit and resign from the party for dishonoring my culture and traditional practices. BJP is anti-Christian and anti-Garo. If they say it is an equality against all animals, then stop using cows to harvest in paddy field. Why every time cow? Why not other animals too?
Bachchu Marak, the BJP's North Garo Hills district president of Meghalaya, making it clear that political alignment cannot bridge the cultural divide within the BJP. Invariably, beef once again has proven to be a stumbling block for the BJP's Look East policy. As he put in his papers, Marak's contention was clear. BJP's crackdown on cattle for slaughter was against his culture. But Marak is not the first leader of the BJP in Meghalaya to raise a red flag against the party's alleged cultural imperialism. Bernard Marak, the BJP's West Garo Hills district president, had quit the party earlier this month. As the centre cracks down on cow slaughter, its policy of protecting the cow in the northeast has only seen a series of flip-flops. The holy cow is now proving to be the nemesis for the BJP when it comes to its political ambitions in the northeast. Not just union ministers from the area, the centre too has time and again tried to placate its northeast vote bank by assuring that only states can decide on a beef ban. A look at the beef-eating population in the northeast and the message is clear. Any attempt to impose a ban in these states will only hamper the BJP's electoral prospects. As the centre attempts to make the northeast its focus of its third year in power, the message from the area is clear. Building bridges, toppling local governments aside, any attempt to homogenize local culture will not be met with an olive branch.
Within a fortnight of Prime Minister Narendra Modi visiting Northeast and reiterating how important the zone was for the central government, there are BJP party leaders who are resigning now. With the district leaders putting in their papers over the beef ban in the entire zone, this of course comes as a big setback for the East dreams of the party in days to come. With Aditya Pradhan in Meghalaya, this is Manogya Loiwal in Kolkata for India Today.
All right, so there are certain questions that beckon to be asked. If beef is a state subject, that was actually pointed out by Nalin Kohli, who's in charge of the Northeast where the BJP is concerned. So if beef is a state subject, then why a nationwide cattle slaughter ban? The other question is that is now the BJP following politics of hypocrisy when it comes down to beef? Joining us on this debate is Syed Zafar Islam. He's the national spokesperson of the BJP. He's joining us from Mumbai, as well as Dr. Shama Mohammad, the spokesperson of the Congress, joining us as well. Mr. Zafar Islam, quick question there. You know, at one level you have Mr. Nalin Kohli, who's in charge of the northeast of your party, saying that, listen, there is absolutely nothing wrong in this. Beef is actually a state subject. So, sir, the question that needs to be asked is, if beef is actually a state subject with what the BJP says it is, then why do we have a nationwide cattle slaughter ban in the first place?
See, you have to understand his statement in the right perspective and overall our strategy and our philosophy. If you don't understand, you will always be misled and you will misunderstand us. The philosophy of the party is very clear that the intent of the party is definitely that we want to have a complete ban on cow slaughter across India. That's our intent, and there is no two bones about it. That is very clearly stated objective. That is our philosophy. That is our something that is very clearly defined intent of the party. However, we also understand the constraint in some of the states where the food habits and since this is a state subject, some of the states where it is not easy for us. It is not something which we can implement despite our intent. that a complete ban is not possible. But as far as BJP is concerned, BJP definitely wants that there should be complete ban on cow slaughter in India.
But Mr. Islam, let's see now, there's a huge contradiction in what you said.
Who have a different approach in different states.
But Mr. Islam,
we have a very
standard
Sir,
I understand the point that you are trying to make. That I understand the point. But do you also not, sir, somewhere down the line read the contradiction in your own statement?
No, there is absolutely no contradiction. As I said, there are something is a federal structure. There are something which is a state subject, like for instance law and order. It's a state subject. So it has to be the state leadership, state administration has to manage it, has to implement it. We do not have government in every state. And wherever we have government, our approach
tell me, sir, tell me, Meghalaya is up for elections next year. So one question, now taking off from what you said, one question before I bring in Shama as well in this debate. Sir, Meghalaya is up for election next year. If BJP comes to power, will cow slaughter be banned in Meghalaya?
See, as I said Priti earlier, our intent is very clear that we want a ban across India.
So intent is very, now you tell us, do you intend to...
We also understand the constraint in some of the states. Meghalaya happens to be one of the states
Mr.
where
Islam,
this constraint is there.
Do you intend to ban cow slaughter in...
Exists and
do you intend or not? So it's very clear. You are saying your intent where the party is concerned is extremely clear. There are no two ways about it. The ultimate aim is to ban cow slaughter across the country.
Why are you asking the same question when I'm...
Sir, because you haven't answered it.
I'm stating something which you have to understand. All I'm saying that our intent is definitely to have a cow slaughter ban across India. However, we also understand there are some constraints in some states, and we have to live with that constraints, and that is what I am telling you. So there are some constraints in some of the states, like for instance you have mentioned the Meghalaya. Some of the northeastern states have this constraint, and we have to live with that constraint.
So they will. So if next year when Meghalaya is up for it, why is it so difficult, Mr. Islam? You know, there's one way of. You can easily say that, okay, fine, there is a constraint where Meghalaya is concerned. There will be no beef ban in Meghalaya.
No, see, all I am saying that you have to also appreciate that it's a federal structure. You also have to appreciate that northeastern state have a different food habit, different lifestyle, different everything, and we do not have government there.
All right.
It is very important for us to have that kind of intent, to express that intent. And we desire to have a complete ban. But we cannot ignore the fact that there are some constraints.
Mr. Islam, there is, you know, at least with what you have said today, there seems
no confusion.
All right, let me bring in Shama from the Congress. Shama Mohammed from the Congress also joins us. Shama, what do you make of what Mr. Islam just said?
See, he's just like the party. He's just contradicting himself. That's what I've understood. And number one, he keeps saying that we want a national ban. But of course, people have their cultural thing, you know. But then, of course, when we come to power, we are going to ban is not what he's not finishing the sentence. So he should say that when we come to power, we will ban beef. Now, if you want to go about banning slaughter or banning beef, go about and do it. But you're not doing it because you want to win election in the state, saying that we will agree to all your terms and conditions. As soon as you get into power, you will do what you have to do by banning. I mean, that is not what you call federal fabric of, you're breaking the federal fabric of this country. You're breaking something called secularism, social secularism in our country. So, of course, the intentions are very clear that they want to ban beef throughout the country. They do not care about the cultural aspect. They are not understanding what is the cultural aspect. Number three, they do not understand what Hinduism is an all-encompassing religion, which is very, very tolerant. Nowhere in the tenets it's written that, you know, we cannot allow minorities not to eat what they want. It has never said that. Yes, cow is revered. I understand that. But you can have legal slaughterhouses to go about doing what they have to do. It is not that one has to go about banning beef all around the country. And that is not done. It's not written anywhere in our constitution.
Mr. Islam, I'm going to come to you.
A Hindu country, now that is something completely different we are going to be debating.
All right. So, Shama, just stay with me. And Mr. Islam will come to you for a rebuttal there. But what we will do now is we'll go across We are being joined by the first person in this case, is Mr. Bernard Marak, who had quit the BJP when in Meghalaya. He had quit the BJP, and what he had stated was that there were massive cultural differences, because what he had proposed to mark the 3-year anniversary of Mr. Modi's government, Narendra Modi's government, he wanted to actually celebrate that with a beef party. Of course, everybody got extremely affronted, especially when the BJP top brass was concerned, and ultimately Mr. Marak had to leave the party. Mr. Bernard Marak, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I hear you.
All right, great, sir. What is it? Why do you, do you see there's a huge amount of confusion where the BJP's approach, where beef consumption is concerned, to the Northeast? What compelled you to leave the party?
Yes, there is a lot of confusion out here, and since this is a tribal area, most of the people out here are Christians and tribals. We take beef, and beef is a common dish. Now, when we have been instructed to celebrate Modi's 3 years of success, we propose to do it in a traditional way, in our own cultural way, so that there is a confusion which where people are blaming BJP for banning of beef.
Right.
We wanted to clarify it by organizing a beef party with our own traditional brew, but it was not taken down very well by our leaders. So when I tried to justify that it is a sentimental issue, and if beef is banned in Garo Hills, it will have a negative impact.
Right.
And when we have tried to, negotiate, just saying, why
we're having a problem.
We have tried to clarify it with them.
Mr. Barak,
yes?
Who stopped you? Sir, we are having a problem with your Skype link. We're going to rectify that. But one quick question before we go into a break. Were you categorically told that you cannot have that beef party in Meghalaya? That's why you quit. What was the reason for you to quit the party?
No, they have not asked me to quit the party, but I have quit the party because they were not respecting the sentiment of the people out here.
So they told you, Mr. Marak,
cultural practice.
Mr. Marak, they told you in as simple words
Yes,
that you cannot have the beef party.
Yeah, they have just said no. They have just said no. It is particularly our decision, Meghalaya in church, Mr. Alin Koli, with whom I have talked, and he has just said no. It is not possible because he has said there are 11,000 members, out of which 10,000 doesn't take beef.
Yes.
That is, I don't know whom they have been concerning about, but here in Gandhi,
right.
Maximum take beef.
So respecting, we're going to fix that Skype, Bernard, when we're going to be back on the other side. So is there a said amount of hypocrisy when it comes down to the BJP's approach to beef, especially where the Northeast is concerned? We have Syed Zafar Islam, national spokesperson, BJP. We also have Shama Mohammed, spokesperson of the Congress. Mr. Islam, you just heard Bernard Marak. He was a part of the BJP. The reason why he quit was because culturally, beef is a part of their society. He wanted to earmark a 3-year celebrations of your government by having a beef party. He was told in abject terms that he cannot. Now, where is it that you take into consideration the fact that it is a cultural part of the Northeast? Do you not reckon there's immense confusion where the BJP's approach to the Northeast vis-a-vis beef is concerned?
Not at all. Not at all. Just because one person or two person have quit purely because because of the personal differences they had with few people, that doesn't mean that there is a confusion in the entire organization. Let me tell you, let me give you the right perspective. As I said earlier, the intent is very clear. The consequences in some extent could be very different, purely because of the constraint we have, because of the local restriction, because of the federal structure, because of the various other reasons. But you have to understand the BJP's intent, and you have to understand the constraints the BJP is facing in some of the states.
And that's you've repeated this. I have a very simple question, sir.
We are not
Mr.
in a
Islam,
position to
one very
implement
simple
our
question, sir.
But Mr. Marak, let me just complete.
Finish.
Let me just complete. The gentleman who has quit in Meghalaya or in Shillong,
two gentlemen
from BJP, he must understand that two gentlemen, okay, fine. I said that they must understand that the celebration does not require beef. Celebration required, the message in celebration was that the achievement of the Bharatiya Janata Party, the people,
but that is how culturally they celebrate. Then where are you integrating cultural differences?
India government, not the beef. But no, let me just complete. That beef has become a focal point and the important perspective, which is irrelevant. The perspective there should have been that we are celebrating, and the message should go to people that why we are celebrating, because this is what we have achieved for the people of this country, including the lot of works we have done for the people of Northeast.
Mr. Islam, but what you just said, sir,
that is something which
Mr. Islam, what you just said,
consuming, they should have consumed at home. But why there is a celebration for
Mr. Islam, what you said, sir, completely contradicts with what cultural integration actually means in spirit, not in letter.
Where is the contrast?
Okay, sir, let me once again. Sir, one second, sir. Your Chief Minister in Assam, Biren Singh, and we're going to play those graphics there, has also made a comment, and I'd like to quote, where he says, beef is very important, all Christians eat it, most tribal communities, valley people eat it. It's part of our traditional diet. Even the young generation has taken to it. The BJP is only trying to regulate the beef industry to avoid illegal slaughter for hygiene purpose. Do you agree with this comment? Do you agree with it or not, sir? Because if you agree with it, then you have to agree with Bharat. If you agree with this, sir, in principle, you also have to agree with Mr. Marak then.
No, I think you are a little bit confused. You are confused. Let me just correct you. See, we understand that the notification issued by the Government of India is in line with the guidelines issued from the Supreme Court and the Standing Committee that the cattle trade should be regulated. You have understood it, and that's why the notification has come to regulate the cattle trade, because a lot of illegal smuggling were happening to countries like Bangladesh and Nepal. But as far as the issue is in Meghalaya is concerned, they are still consuming beef, but they can consume beef with in their home.
So therefore, Mr. Sharma, do you want to come in very quickly before we go into a break? Beef? Then why should there be a problem if one of your tribals who's a part of your party wants to have a beef party because it's a part of their culture? Sharma, you want to come in?
No.
Yeah, thanks for finally giving me some time. We have to understand one thing. If the people of let me finish, Zafar. If the people of Meghalaya are watching this, if they are watching. No, let me speak. He has not allowed me to speak. You've also been talking for the last 20 minutes. Can I speak right now?
Yes,
Can I speak?
Go ahead.
Otherwise, I have to speak right now. So if the people, let me speak. If the people of Meghalaya,
we have to take a fader down, sir. Let Ms. Sharma. Let Ms. Sharma.
Let me speak. The question was to me. I think he's frightened of me. I think he is frightened of me, Zafar, because he is not able to handle. So please keep quiet. Now, if the people of Meghalaya are watching this program, they have to understand one thing, that get ready till elections, they're going to allow you to eat beef. The minute the elections are over, that's what his message says, that we are going to ban beef in your state. So if the people of Meghalaya are watching this program, they have to understand that. It's very clear from what he's been talking for the last 15 minutes, is that we do not have the power right now because it's a state subject. But as soon as we win the elections, we are going to ban beef. That is what. Now, what I can say from all this is everything is being impinged. Our right to eat, our right to wear, our right to meet whoever we want. Every freedom has been impinged. And I'm just going to finish.
Shama, I promise I'll come back to you. Shama, I promise I'll come back to you. We're going to go. The question we're debating, does the BJP's beef approach to the Northeast smack of hypocrisy? Let me bring in Shama Mohammed, spokesperson Congress, Syed Zafar Islam, national spokesperson of the BJP as well. We also have Bharat Marak.
Yeah, so what I was trying to say is that this beef ban or whatever is happening right now, it also affects the livelihood of a lot of people. That is not taken into account. Our economy is going down. We have a lot of issues. GDP is slowing down. So what is going to happen about the cattle, like dairy farmers, when their cattle become old and they cannot milk anymore, they sell it to slaughterhouses. Now, according to this new rule, that you cannot sell it in markets for slaughtering.
Shama, can we limit the closing comments to the cultural difference where the Northeast is concerned?
Can I just finish?
Because that's a larger debate.
I want to. Sorry, I didn't get you. What did you say?
I said, Shama, that's a larger debate. Can we limit the closing comments to the cultural differences over beef where the Northeast is concerned?
That is what I'm saying. This is more of a cultural thing. You know, this is not, it is not to do over here about religion or anything. And it is a state subject. It's always been, it's a directive principle about what we eat is a complete state subject. And Mr. Modi has clearly said that he wants a very strong federal structure. That is what he's been saying. So I don't understand the hypocrisy. And I just want to finish something with what Mrs. Gandhi said today, that where there was harmony, there is now discord. Where there was tolerance, there is provocation. And where there was economic potential, there is stagnation. I mean, that is what is happening in our country. This is not just about eating habits, but it's about the whole economic imbalance it's going to create in our country right now. What is going to happen about, you know, it's not just one issue. When you stop slaughtering of cows or whatever, which is legal,
a larger economic issue, yes.
The economy of farmers, many things.
Yes, that's a different issue, Shama. But yes, point taken. Let me bring in, for the last comment, let me bring in Barak. He's also with us right now. Barak, what advice, as a former BJP member, for somebody who was helping BJP make inroads in Meghalaya, what is the advice that you will dispense to Mr. Islam and the BJP? Quickly. All right, we seem to be having an audio problem with Mr. Marak. We'll come and get back to him there. Zafar Islam, final question there. You know, why can't you just lay it down bare? Why is there that the intent is this, but the state is this? You're going into elections where Meghalaya is concerned. Would you not reckon that, you know, it would be in your favor, in your party's favor, to make your approach where beef is concerned extremely clear? And maybe that could bridge the cultural difference that Barak has been talking about?
Preeti, let me tell you one thing. She was the Congress spokesperson talking about the economy. I don't know whether
forget the economy. Address this question, sir. Why so difficult? Why not a concerted, no confusion where the line on beef and the Northeast is concerned?
No, let me just, Preeti. See, I'll address both the questions. The Congress had banned cow slaughter in some of the states. Were they not concerned about the economy, but they just they wanted to divide the society, that's why they banned, they never implemented it. Our intent is very clear. Wherever there is a ban, we want to implement it. But there is a constraint. We also understand the constraint. We also understand the cultural. We also respect the culture of the Northeast. We also respect the culture of the.
You don't respect.
I'm telling you
that's
that
what you're saying right now.
Understand the culture. We respect their culture.
You don't. You clearly says that when we come to power, we're going to ban.
Shama Mohammed,
all right,
you are
let's
a
finish
Congress
very quickly.
spokesperson. The only thing you know that how to divide the society, how to mislead the nation, and that's why you have people have been discarded completely.
Mr. Islam,
we have not misled.
Our approach is very clear. We are not a hypocritical party. We work for the people. We stand for the people, and we stand for our philosophical.
You are. That's what you're saying.
That's the sad part. All right, we're going to close this debate. That's all the time that we have for. Hopefully, we would have reached an end, a conclusive end, but we haven't. We're getting in breaking news. Appreciate our panelists for joining us.